Song? Ready? The stars are light, are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Okay, that worked.
Okay, let's see it.
What it is, YouTube. You know what it is. It's your boy, the Moose. Well, check it out. This next genre, this genre has genres in genres that we're going to discuss. We're going to go into probably a 10-minute discussion before I get into the music. When I get into the music, I am going to say pronunciations suck. So, just to let you know, I get through it. And in the end, I can slam. This is a big pro tip. This is full pro tips. When you get requested by a client to do a genre that you don't know, pick their brain. Especially when you get a Spanish client, a Mexican client, if you want to call it. Anyone from South America, you want to pick their brain because you don't know what they're going to want. Because there's a lot. I'll give you the names of the genres that I use most. Music of Mexico. I don't do a lot of mariachi because usually when the client requests mariachi, you usually have a mariachi band present. So you probably won't play a lot of mariachi, but if you do, get the music, get into it and learn it. Then you have music of Latin America, ranchera. Get some ranchera music, definitely. Norteño, banda. Banda is very important. Polka, Tejano, and then regional Mexican. You need to get regional. Regional Mexican gets into Vicente Veranda's kind of thing. The man with the dancing horse. If you're not familiar with that, Google it and you'll see what I'm talking about. Cumbia. You're gonna get in cumbia. Those are used a lot. Now there are different different salsa, merengue, and all that. I don't get a lot of salsa and merengue. That's why I'm not putting it out there, but it's there. A lot of people might want to hear it, but a lot of people like to hear the cumbias. They like to hear the norteño. They like to hear the Tejano. They like to hear the banda. They like to hear the ranchera. I like to hear polka. Even polka is popular, but norteño is popular too. When you get into the Mexican genres, go to Google and type in Mexican music genres, and it'll go through it, and it'll give you a bunch of music to look into. Like I said, do research. Lots of research. I'm just going to give a touch of the whistle. I'm I've got 441 tracks, but that's, like I said, that's touch of the whistle. That's basically, I'm basically just peering in to what Spanish and Mexican, uh, uh, the genre itself has to offer, because the genre itself, it just, they even have Mexican country. So if you don't know or are familiar with that, get into it. It's basically the song is basically it is "Don't Tear My Heart, My Achy Breaky Heart, Achy Breaky Heart," but it's Corazon something. I forgot what it is. But you get into it because Billy Ray Cyrus is popular in Spanish culture. You're going to play a lot of I did do this is a pro tip. I did do New Year's Eve. They did not want no country. Hard to believe, but I want to get into that because I was playing New Year's Eve, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Look, excuse me, I want to hear some rock and roll." Well, at the time, the party was fresh, it was new, so I threw in some Pearl Jam, actually. I played it, but no one paid attention because there was barely nobody there. But that's a pro tip. Be careful what you play, and mind your surroundings, and make sure that you play what everybody wants to hear, not just with one person. Because if you play with one person and you lose the atmosphere, because atmospheric pressure, reading your clients, reading what they're doing, watching what they're doing, especially when you're at a party. You don't want to change the atmosphere because one person wants a different song from a different genre that's not even part of the party. So be careful what you play because you don't know what you're going to get into. With that being said, so anyway, that's a little background of what's going on. I just want to get a background of what's next. My Spanish crate, what you need to have in your Spanish vault. Now this is just, like I said, this is touch of the iceberg. The music genre is deep. Go to BPM Supreme Latino and you can actually get into a lot of it. Now, what I would do, like I said, is I would Google Mexican music genres and get in depth of the different genres of who plays those bands. By clicking on those genres, you can actually see what kind of music and who plays them. But without further ado, we'll get into Spanish. Okay, so this is a pro tip. Before I get into this, because I'm hesitant to get into it, I want you to know I am not an expert. I'm just a professional DJ. And I play the music as it comes, as it says. I carry around a binder. I carry around a binder that has my music in it usually. This next genre, it doesn't have it, all of it, because it's ongoing. And usually how this works, I didn't have a Spanish crate at the beginning. What I did was as I do the gigs, I give out a song list. I'll leave the link below in here from my Google Documents what I use. Actually, I'll show a picture of it. It's basic. It just says song list. It says song list. Yes or no. What you don't want to play, what you want to play. That's it. That's using my party song list. That's how I go with song list for my parties. My weddings, I got totally different things. I'll discuss that in the next video. What I do for weddings and what I do for parties. It's going to be my next video. So be on the lookout for that video. I know I'm talking a lot about this at the beginning because I'm trying to psych myself up. Because I will admit I'm not Spanish. I will admit I'm not Mexican. I will admit I don't speak the language. I will admit that to you. But I want to tell you this, language barriers has no boundaries because I like to call it constructionese. If you're in construction, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you probably don't. It's a language that you tend to learn a lot in construction. Being a sheet metal worker, apprentice for a couple of years, and then being an actual mechanic, I learned how to talk to different people, and I used pointing a lot. And the verbally, you can get it if you know what they're talking about. It's pretty simple. That's why I call it construction. I call it construction. It's not even a genre or a language. It's just what I call it. Now, a lot of people call it different things, but I call it constructionese because in construction you deal with a lot of people and deal with a lot of languages, and overcoming those languages you learn to adapt, and that's where it comes from. So getting these parties wasn't no big thing. I did a reunion, a family reunion, and those are the pictures you see all over. It was actually two families doing a reunion, one side of the family and the other. And it's pretty good because they had dance off, and it's pretty cool. Different things, just different. Then I did a retirement party for a young lady. She retired at 50 years old. I did a retirement party. They're in pictures. They're all in pictures. I have no videos of these because, like I said, I didn't find YouTube till later. So these are different places where I used. Then I did. I wish I would have done this one. I did twins at 60. Just turned 60 years old, and that's where a lot of my cumbia come from. A lot of cumbia reggaeton. So they lots of cumbia, lots of reggaeton. Cumbia more than anything. Fast. They like the fast. And I like the banda too. Played a lot of banda. So it just gets in there. I didn't play a lot of rancho, but a lot of banda. Different styles of music. So that's why I wanted to get into this, because I wanted to get into this before, and I'm just going to show you. I'm not gonna talk because well, there are. I'm going to make a couple points, but what I wanted to tell you is Getting in this genre, you have to know it. And doing investigations, picking the brands of your clients, especially when you have this style of when you have this style, you need to pick the brains of your clients. That is going to be a big pro tip. Picking the brains of your clients because you want to know what they want to hear, when they want to hear it, and why they want to hear it. So let's get into it. Like I said, it's not in the book, it's on the computer, so it'll be fuzzy. But I'm going to try to do my best to make sure that you can see it. So let's get on to it. So, like I said, I don't want to talk much. I'll leave a link below for this one. Actually, I'll actually copy and paste it in the comments below. Look in the comments below, and you'll actually see the list. That's what I'll do. But as you can see, there's a lot of different groups in here. The first group that I have in here is Cumbia. I don't want to mispronounce names, so like I said, I'll just show you what it is, and you can check out the links below, and then go from there. Because, like I said, this music is so pretty. I don't want to denounce them or pronounce them wrong. There are a couple groups that I can't say right, so I'll say those as I go. But as you can see, the title of the song and the contributing artist and the album that they come from, so you're pretty much get an idea of this. Like I said, I don't speak Spanish, so that's why I'm doing it this way. I feel that it could speak for itself, and you could pretty much read it. And as you can see, there's a lot of banda in there too. A lot of caliber 50 and all this stuff. As you can see, where I got a lot of my music out of from BPM Latino, BPM Supreme. But if you notice all the other tracks, I got them from albums. Anytime you see that from me, an album, I get it from MP3 Million, which I left the link in the last one. I'll leave it again on this one. It's where I get my music from. If I can't buy it anywhere else, I buy it there. Because you can download it, and the good thing about it is you can go back and you can download it again. So if you miss it and lose it, I got music for a long time. So as you can see, it gets really into the everything is alphabetical order. So I put it all together. A lot of ranchero in here too. Now, Suavemente is a popular song by Elvis Crespo. So, that is a popular song. Usually, if they ask for that, that's what they want to hear. Unless you get an older generation, then they want something different. Rico Suave by Jay Alvarez is a good song. I got music to do all kinds of. As you can see, there's a lot of groups in here. There's a bunch of it. That's because I was getting requests like a madman from these groups. You can't go wrong with any of this music. It's all going to be culturally accepted. So that's why I'm not pointing out a lot of these. Pitbull is a cross singer, just like Selena. Must have Selena. She does cross. She got into American pop and she got into the Spanish culture. So that's why I'm saying it's important to get Selena. She's more popular now than anything. And then Shakira. And then I'm going to stop right here. Vicente Fernandez. You can't go wrong playing anything of him. Make sure that if you do get Vicente Fernandez, you pick their brain on what they want to hear. Because he's got all kinds of good hits. So, like I said, I'll leave a link below on all that for you. But, so, as you can see, it's really self-explanatory. I put top 40. These are songs that I didn't put anywhere yet. This Billie Eilish, You Should See Me in a Crown, Bad Guys are two most favorite songs. Bruno Mars has a lot of them. Ed Sheeran, Beautiful People, Hazley, the Jonas Brothers, Khalid, and then Lizzo, Ali Brooke, and Benny Blanco. But like I said, this changes. I have to put these in the proper folders, so they're not. They're actually in the popular folder, but this list changes all the time. I don't know why it's in there as top 40, but it changes all the time because top 40 changes. And then the next one that I have is Catalyst, Juvenile, Yin Yang Twins. As you notice, Yin Yang Twins is in there. Bubba Sparks should be in here. Juvenile should be in here because they're all booty music. This is Buttocks music. This music right here will get you twerking. If you want to twerk, if you want to have a twerk off, get this music. I'm not going to get into it because it's deep. It's really good music. Twerkulator by Yin Yang Twins, and Catalyst. Basically, those are something you need to get into. So anyway, and that's it. If you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. ring my bell. That's the only way to tell when you get more information. Like I said, the next video, I'm going to talk about the difference between weddings and parties on how I use the proper wording for the different songs, what I use for weddings and what I use for parties, because there are two different avenues, two different monsters of their own. And there's two different ways that I perform and I act. And I would like to explain those two. If you like what you hear, go ahead and put the thumbs up. If you don't like what you hear, go ahead and put the thumbs down and tell me what you want to hear. Because guess what? I'm only here for you. As active DJs in this business, we need to grow together. I feel that DJs like to compete and feud over clientele, which shouldn't happen. Clients are going to come to you regardless. So, that being said, if you don't know, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Peace.